Hello, hello, hello. Could you not hear what I was saying? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, good, good. Ah. Is audio working now? I was just talking to myself, basically, wasn't I? No, it's not working. There is no sound. Right, why is there no sound? It says a sound there. Right, that's interesting, isn't it? Ba, 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 ba. Mm-hmm. Right, can you hear me now? Properties. What about that? That doesn't look right, does it? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, you can hear me? Can you hear me now then? Can you hear me? Saying that's better. Any sound, yeah? It's like I have no idea from this end. Oh, okay, right. I'm gonna... Right, how's it going, Gary, David and Eric? How are you doing? I'm gonna change this. Let me know if you can still hear me after this little slider. Right, okay, am I back in, I take it? That's weird, that is. Right, there you go. So, well, there you go. I have no idea, really. You must be able to hear me now. It's... I've not changed anything. Oh, right, we are back in, right. You can hear me now. Yeah, right, okay. Cool. Right, so, I mean, does it sound single? Does it sound doubled? I'm using the camera microphone, so I can't even set that up right. Losing the will to live with this audio stuff. Yeah, I'm leaving it now. I'm just gonna leave it. Well, you can hear me, and that's fine, innit? I might just listen to myself back, probably. Tell you what, I'll listen to myself back now. Oh, go on YouTube, that'll do, innit? I'll listen to it live, there we go. That's what the sound's like. It's a good way of monitoring, isn't it? Well, it's the only way of monitoring it. Right, okay, so that's, I can hear this. Sounds like. Cool. Alright, so, back to it. How's everyone doing? Let's catch up. So, quadrupling, audio, blah 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 blah. Are you openly a gospel band? Well, I don't know really. I wouldn't have said gospel is in the style. I wouldn't have said. I'm definitely not closeted anything. I'm just who I am. That's good. Thanks, David. Openly a gospel band. Openly. I don't even know. I don't even know what we are. We're just witch hazel, aren't we? Like, what are we? Openly Christian, but then not all of us. Openly not Christian, some of the members. So whatever that mix of things is, we always get this question. To be fair, I need to be better at answering this question. The amount of times I've been asked it, you would have thought I'd be better at it. Cool. Oh, 16 people here today. How are you all doing? 12 of you on Facebook. Hello, Facebook people. Nice to see you. What? Oh, here we go. We're starting the Q&A. Let's get stuck in. What is the album that's been your go-to album lately? I think it's been the Ryan Adams self-titled. It's a picture of him, it's like colours and his hairs and his face. I would say that's been my go-to album. Real easy listening, feel good, good songwriting, good production. Compared to the rest of his albums, good production. I'm not saying it's good production. Some of it seems a bit like not very well thought out, Ryan Adams. Well, in my opinion anyway. I just think some of it's a bit like, oh, we'll do an acoustic song, and then it's a bit like, doesn't really go anywhere. Got a great voice, and he can write songs. Sometimes just feel like he needs producing or something. So I get the impression on that album, it might not be the case, but on that album that someone's come in and said, let's do this properly. Let's refine things down, let's produce it properly. Let's put some organ on here, let's put some drums in. All that sort of business. But yeah, I mean, it's been my go-to album for a while in terms of easy listening, but it has been recently. Yeah. Has everyone heard the new Seven Sisters project? I can't remember what it's called. Spellcaster or something. Is it called Spellcaster? I can't even remember what it's called. I've literally been listening to it today and don't know what it's called. Keith will tell me. You're right, Keith. I'm very good, thank you very much. I'm in an alright mood. Phantom Spell, that's it. Yeah, it's that chorus is already in my head. I like it's been in my head a lot of the day. I'm going to share the link because you all actually need to listen to this. Spell.bandcamp.com. Something like that. Keep on running, maybe darkness, keep on running. It's great, it's so catchy. Go listen to that. It's great, isn't it, Keith? That song is just like right up my street, obviously style wise. Bit Uriah Heep or something. But the chorus just gets stuck in your head. It's been in my head anyway. Gary L, or maybe I'm not sure. So here's some Wishbone Ash influence. What are your other influences? I would say I don't know, it's a funny question. When I start to say, oh, there's loads of influences, I suppose it's probably in categories. Relatively speaking, there's probably not loads of influences. It's all probably pulling from the same general old school classic rock, classic hard rock, early heavy metal area. But Gary I, cool. But the important influences would be Thin Lizzy, obviously with Wishbone Ash. Jethro Tull, big influence. I think when you say an influence, I don't listen to Jethro Tull and think, right, I want the band to sound just like that. I listen to the songwriting and think I think you can listen to something that doesn't really sound like you, particularly if it's like prog rock, and then still be influenced by it, And yeah, Uriah Heep is up there. But yeah, definitely kind of Thin Lizzy, Wishbone Ash, Jethro Tull are the main names that come to mind. Initially, a big influence was like Pagan Altar, because I felt like, oh, I really kind of want to nick some of those ideas early on. Definitely when I was listening to a lot more new wave of British heavy metal stuff. But there you go. Where's that obsession with swords coming from? Not sure I really have an obsession with swords, but you have it too. I'm really wondering. I don't know. What this. To be fair, I say that when we had our photo shoot for the second album, we borrowed a really nice. I think it was a bastard sword. No, that's too big. Like a medieval looking sword, basically. I can't remember exactly what type of sword. I think that's too big. I don't know what type of sword it is, to be honest. But we couldn't stop playing with it, to be honest. So like, I think it's just a bit of a bloke thing. I'm not saying it's just a bloke thing, but like, all swords. It's just like a, little boys like running around, play swords. It's inside us, isn't it? I think, to be honest. Anyway, Gary I think it's cool as an older guy that some young guys are going back to good music. Yeah, I think it's great music. Was I a metalhead growing up? Probably didn't really get into like heavy metal until maybe later on in high school. Say later on, probably, couldn't even tell you, year 10. Might have been as early as year 9. So how old are you then? 15 or something? I don't really know. But I mean, I was playing, to be fair, I was playing guitar at 15. So I was probably already, probably around the age of 15, I kind of got into that. So yeah, quickly very much a sort of a metalhead. But then it was rock as well and other stuff. And like at that, we're talking like how long ago? 15 years ago. Like whatever else was going on, like Blink 182 or like emo music or whatever was. I think I was listening to Dragon Force and stuff like that. All just whatever that the popular things were as well as like Iron Maiden or Thin Lizzy, things like that. I was listening to. I wasn't listening to loads of. I was the obvious Thin Lizzy and the obvious AC/DC, things like that. I didn't actually get into Black Sabbath till quite a long time later, really. Don't know why. Do I like any US bands? I like Kansas. They're a US band, aren't they? US? Pretty sure they're US anyway. In terms of new bands, I like Unto Others, used to be called Idle Hands. They're a US band. I mean, there's probably loads I've forgotten, to be honest. I sometimes listen to a band, I'm like, I don't even know whether you're US or not. Yeah, Kansas, one of my favourite bands actually. I just think they're fantastic. And this the thing, is I'm not huge into prog rock, but I'll still sit and listen to Kansas. So yeah, well, there's lots of good questions here. But yeah, if you haven't listened to it, did I copy and paste it? I did. I'm going to copy and paste it already, especially if you like Kansas. Oh yeah, Hallas. I absolutely love Hallas from Sweden. I absolutely love Hallas. Yeah, I will listen to it. It's Kyle from Seven Sisters. He's got a side project called Phantom Spell, and it's just been stuck. You need to listen to it and get it stuck in your head as well. And go and like the page on Facebook and all that sort of thing. Support that sort of, when things are in the early stage, you want to give it a bit of a push in the right direction, I think. Who has influenced your guitar style the most? I don't know. I really like Gary Moore. I'm a big fan of Gary Moore because I like blues rock guitarists. you know, kind of blues players that kind of they venture into some great rock stuff. And at the moment, I'm kind of generally picking up a lot of ideas from Joe Bonamassa. I think his playing's really musical. But sometimes he does some really simple stuff, and you think, oh, it's just like 4 notes, but it's the way he just chooses very musical things, I think, personally. And then he can still like fly across and do kind of blues rock stuff really well. I also really like Michael Schenker. I mean, he had it at the age of about 17 or 16, 17, and he had it. He's just like a great player already. So yeah, I don't really listen to a lot of krautrock, to be honest. What's that doing? What's that doing now? But I have listened to Amon Dull. I have listened to Can a very long time ago. I can't even remember. I couldn't name you a song. But yeah, not too much. And yeah. But yeah, not a huge amount of krautrock. I mean, probably around about 12 years ago. Was I in uni 12, 13 years ago? I was listening to a bit more krautrock, just for a project. But yeah, I haven't really got into it. There's so much music I just haven't got into and probably would love. Gary I says, I'm a huge Blue Oyster Cult fan as well. Do you like them at all? They have some other songs besides Reaper. I really love Blue Oyster Cult. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a US band I've missed that I absolutely love. They're probably one of my favourite US bands of all time, actually. Yeah, I love Blue Oyster Cult. I like Secret Treaty's album. I like the self-titled. Hi Eric, you're back again. You've missed a lot. Not really. And obviously like Fire of Unknown Origin. I think that's a great album. It's really solid. Production as well. I think that's a Martin Birch, isn't it? Production. Yeah, I love Blue Oyster Cult. They've got loads of great songs. I've got like a soft spot for Secret Treaty's album. Did you go when it was all quiet? It's like, oh, stuff this. I can't even hear him. Did you just leave, Eric? Right. So, I said I was got announcements. I say announcements. I don't know why. I just tend to play myself down. This is quite an exciting announcement. This is a very exciting announcement. I just need to sound more. I sound more enthusiastic in general. I think it's just like people from Lancashire don't really sound enthusiastic. It's like we've evolved in such a way that everything sounds like we're disappointed. Oh dear. Yeah, the new album I thought was hit and miss, if I'm honest. I think I honestly found 2 or 3 songs that I thought were great, and then I couldn't really. I thought, I'm not saying it was filler, but I just don't think it really floated my boat. It wasn't really my cup of tea, some of the other stuff. But anyway, now there's like seven of you who got bored and gone off. I'll make my announcements. So I feel like it's like minutes of a meeting. Like we've got an agenda now. Right. So as of today, there's going to be an official. Well, as of today, the thing I use, you've just been sent a link. It says patronage support link, ko-fi.com. As of today, I've just got sent an email saying I can now trial their tiers system, so a monthly subscription. So they got this kind of like you can set tiers, just much like Patreon. So I've just got that email through today because they're just sending out to individual creators on the platform saying it's your turn to try out. Basically, you've got early access. I thought it was actually going to be last month, but they've just apparently not. Maybe I've misread it. But so that's going to be happening. As of today, I can now set up tiers. Obviously, been at work all day, so I haven't actually set the tiers up. But probably, I'm guessing within a week, I'm hoping to have set the things up for an official Witch Hazel fan club, basically. Now, it's going to be an official Witch Hazel fan club, but as everyone knows, I'm kind of in the driver's seat. It's very much kind of the Colin Hendry project. We all know that by now. If you don't, there you go. And we have this agreement within the band. We all know what our job is and all that sort of thing. So the Patreon thing is really kind of, the financial support really does go into the project, but it opens up time. The whole idea of bringing money into the project is to free up time so I can spend more time on the project. So an official Witch Hazel fan club, my plan is to set it up within a week. So I've got the email in. So I'm probably only going to set up one tier. I've got it all ready because I've been waiting for this email. So I've been setting up, will there be snacks in the club? It's going to be £5 a month, and I'll read out the list of things just to start off with. These are things I'm going to set up very, very soon. They'll be kind of either straight away or, within the first month. So plan is, for the £5 monthly subscription of the official Witch Hazel fan club, there is an exclusive fan club chat room on Discord. That's already set up, ready to go. You'll gain access to that. And there's something called roles, where I can assign roles to different people, which looks a bit fun. It's a little bit overwhelming, a little bit like Twitch, like there's loads of stuff in there, but I'm sure I'll get the hang of it. Like with everything else, I'll get there eventually. And then there's going to be access to like this Witch Hazel vault with like all the old demos from the first 3 albums. Now I've still got to try and find the demos from the second album, because I've only got one track from that so far for some reason. But I'm sure someone's got it somewhere. But I've got all the demos from Prelude, got all the demos from Pentecost, last album. I just need to set up that. So there's like access to the Witch Hazel vault of demos and all that sort of thing. I might even add like different mixes, and if you're interested. And then one of the things you'll get is on your birthday every year, on every birthday you'll get sent an exclusive Witch Hazel happy birthday song that I've recorded and put together with like loads of guitars, and it's good. Keith will tell you it's good because he's had it. So you'll all get that as part of the fan club every year. I'll give you and for joining, and both of these are optional, so it's completely up to you. But I'll give you like a personalised video thank you. I need your email address for that. And then a public thank you on social media, like a shout out if you want that as well. So those are the things I can do. There's like 5 things there within the first month. And then future updates, I've got some other ideas. So I'm thinking of doing like a completely exclusive musical release. So you won't be able to get it anywhere else other than an access to it on physical and hear it, unless you're a fan club member. And there's also fan club merchandise plans in the pipeline. And then where possible, I should have put this on the thing. It's in the future, who knows about gigs. But early access to merchandise, new merchandise and shows where it's applicable. So there you go. That's the Witch Hazel fan club. And it's just all going to support the project. It's not really yeah, that's basically, I've already explained how to. So there you go. Ta-da. That's the Witch Hazel official fan club. So I'm hoping to get it sorted within a week. Now it's an option. I don't know what I said last week. Another thing that's been good is that the YouTube channel is now an official artist channel, so that's all changed. That's good. I'm just kind of awaiting news as whether that's going to affect the DMCA. I've just sort of ploughed on anyway with just playing the songs. I'm sick of it. I'll just be demonetised. I'd rather just play the songs. I need to practice. Got band practice this week, so I needed the rehearsal last week. Anyway, so you've been saying some stuff here, so let's have a look. What's this? Martin Blackmore. Hi, Marvin. Sorry, not Martin. I can't read. I had the chance to see it, Keep It True, after the pre-release, but I really wanted to drink beer because it was the first day and I didn't know your band yet. Afterwards, I listened to your debut the first time and couldn't believe I missed you. I know, it's a shame, and we haven't done a huge amount of gigs, so it's easily done missing us play. I'm really annoyed at myself that I didn't see the band Black Magic at Muscle Rock, because I didn't know who they were, and then afterwards I found out. I was like, Oh, that's just totally my bag. I'm really, really annoyed. But luckily I did get to see them at Live Evil at another point. So you'll see us. I'm sure you will. So you guys ever play in the US? We'd love to. It's just if it lines up. Tears for Fears. Yeah, there'll be one tier. Will there be snacks in the club? Probably. Can I be a fan member #1? Well, once it's set up, I'll let you know. Don't worry. Got into the incredibly amazing show The Chosen, and immediately thought Witch Hazel should do the music credits or something. Seems though they're rolling with the whole Rebel thing. The Chosen. Is that thing about Jesus? I'm sure I've got the app. I'm sure I've watched it. Let's just see. Yeah, The Chosen. Is that what you're talking about? The Chosen. Right, okay, yeah. I don't know, the app's gone funny. But, an Angel original. yeah, so I've seen like a few episodes. I haven't really actually got into it. But, yeah. Yeah, I need to get back into it, to be honest. I've not actually watched a huge amount of things on TV actually the past few weeks. When I have, it's just been more kind of easy going stuff. Yeah, I've been like easy listening, easy watching. Because like I was talking to a mate the other day. I was like, is that a fly on the wall? Anyway, I'm so easily distracted. I was talking to a mate the other day, and he was like, he said to me, I was like, and it's so true. And he was like, it feels like for something to be like good or successful, it has to be like gritty. It has to be like a bit dark, or it has to be about murder or something. Sometimes you're just not in that mood. You're not in the mood to watch something like that. So I've just been like, you know, just watching whatever Disney things like that. We have got Disney Plus in our house, you see. So yeah, I need to get back into The Chosen. So yeah, it's going to be good. Witch Hazel fan club. Let's see how many people we can join. Let's kind of, you know, it's just kind of like monthly support, so I can just plough on through. And the thing is, like, I've said this before. There's these two things going on, like with Witch Hazel with me. Is that on one hand, I'm incredibly grateful that we can do what we're doing. I'm massively thankful that people are even here chatting and supportive and like ongoing support, and the people that already are sending monthly support without any kind of benefits or anything like that. So there's that, and then there's also like this niggling frustration of what it could be, where I'm like, oh, I want to spend more time on this, and like I don't want to feel rushed, particularly with things like songwriting, and it's like I really put a lot of effort into it to being as good as it can be, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want to push forwards, and then there's always inevitable delays, and I just want to spend more time on it. And it's and I go back to the being grateful because of the support and because of the success of the last album. It's already heading that direction, because in September I'm going to be dedicating a whole working day just to Witch Hazel stuff. So there'll be a lot of recording come September because I've got a backlog. And you know, songwriting, and then all the accounts and business stuff that I do as well. I'm a bit behind on at the moment. So it's all good, it's all positive. But I think that's what drives me, like, I know what it could be, and I'm dissatisfied a little, you know, to an extent. It drives you forwards. But anyway, there you go. Am I going to play Lancaster Music Festival this year? I don't honestly know, to be honest. I'll have to. I'm sure I've asked Jack this question, and I don't know what he said to me. What did Jack say to me? I'll tell you what he said to me now. Well, I'll try. He sent me a lot of messages recently. What has he said? Oh, so many messages. Oh, we just message each other all every day at the moment. I don't even know. I've got so many messages from Jack. I couldn't even tell you. yes, I don't know, Kezi, to be honest. It's hard to know. There's also on this. That's probably on my to-do list. Actually, I think it is on my to-do list. We have a what's it called? What are they called? A gig. A booking agent. We have a booking agent. So we work with Dragon Productions. That's our booking agent. In where are they? Belgium? I don't even know. I don't even know where they're from. I can't remember. Sorry, Dragon Productions. I forgot. I'm just going to stretch my legs out. Oh, that's actually a lot more comfortable. What am I saying? It's getting to that time. It's only I say it's getting to that time. It's 8:30. Go to sleep. What was I going to say? Yeah, so we have a booking agent, and generally, kind of they deal with all the practical elements of booking shows, but it doesn't mean we can't make suggestions. And Lancaster Music Festival is going to be on those list of suggestions. So I will get around to asking our booking agent to see about that. I need to do that. It's on my to-do list. I've also got like a few other suggestions. The thing is, they would have already asked a lot of the things that I think, oh, we should play that show. They would have already asked and already be in negotiations. The other thing as well is some people are kind of, even in Europe, just not really thinking about like booking the bands, or booking all the bands, because there's kind of this uncertainty of like, well, new variants, and is the country completely vaccinated, and is it, because in the UK the vaccination programme's going so well, but that isn't the story in other countries in Europe. So it's kind of like, well, like it's all right if we're staying, but can we go there, and what about, can we let? It's just a bit of a logistical. I don't know the answer to the question of when a gig's properly going to start back up, and will the music festival. I think the music festival will happen. Whether you're going to be able to get here, Kezi, it's another question. Possibly. I don't really know. Like, have they closed the borders? I'm probably not the right person to ask, to be honest. But there you go. I would like to play music festival this year, because we had a great one last year. Do I listen to psychedelica or shoegaze? I don't, but I've heard about shoegaze, and I've not even attempted to listen to that genre. I'm not even at level 1 of listening. I just don't. I haven't given it a go. So yeah, I should probably listen to shoegaze. Put it on the ever increasing to-do list. Listen to shoegaze. Pyrenean Warriors, that was a great show, that was, tell you. And we did have a bass player, yeah. Well, that's the thing, if you'd have caught us at Keep It True, we wouldn't have had a bass player anyway, Marvin, so there you go. Anyway, I said announcements, I don't even know where I'm up to. Alright, yeah, so, did I say, oh yeah, I went through the future updates. So it's all very exciting. I'm quite excited about the fan club thing. Because I already enjoy the. I still haven't done it on the Restream posting link, but if you haven't already, I'm going to do it now as usual. I'm going to be typing it in. If you haven't already, then make sure you join this Facebook group. It should /groups. I'll try again. I'll type it properly this time. It's a slash, not a dot. Because I was talking and typing at the same time. If you haven't already, join that group, because you'll see it more, basically, in your newsfeed if you're on Facebook. And even if you're not, it's the best place really for us all to kind of talk together and post things, and it's quite good really. Facebook groups are kind of quite good for that. Quite a community feel, I suppose. So yeah, feel free to join that. But with the fan club, there'll be an exclusive one as well, so we can really geek out on Witch Hazley things or whatever you want to geek out on, basically. We visited Lincolnshire and stayed in Navenby a few years ago. Saw the cathedral and some cool churches as well. Then took a train to Edinburgh, very cool city. My other son was stationed there. Cool. Yeah, Edinburgh. I like Edinburgh a lot actually. It's really nice. I've been there a few times now. Yeah, maybe at least 3 times. Like at least once for a gig, and a couple of times just. I've definitely been at least once at Christmas, which is really nice. Like the Edinburgh markets and all that sort of thing. Great. Here, Keith has got a question. When writing the next album, would you consider writing a song from the other perspective? By that I mean the adopted approach is one from the hero's perspective, i.e. good, positive, righteous. Would you write songs from the perspective of the bad guy / evil? Would I write songs from the perspective of the bad guy or from the evil? Don't know, that's an interesting question. I like that. That's a good idea, I suppose. I don't know. Because sometimes when I'm writing songs, there's sometimes the question pops into my mind of, would this be misinterpreted? Or is this even theologically, correct? Or is this kind of like biblically correct? And I think with Witch Hazel, I generally go for that. But there's going to be some things that are like, it's more poetry and creativity. So if it doesn't quite, if you take an interpretation that's like, oh, that's not theologically correct, for example, then it's kind of like, well, it's just a creative project. It's kind of, it flows and it makes sense to me, and there's an interpretation that I draw from it that makes sense to me. So that I'm happy with that. But then I suppose if at one point, I don't know kind of what the lyrics would entail from the perspective of, is it like a song where like Satan's got something to say, or yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting idea. I'm not really sure how it would work. What the bad guy would have to say, I suppose. Like a metal opera. Yeah, if doing a concept album, yeah. Well, I suppose one thing that comes to mind is if anyone's seen Jesus Christ Superstar. Have you seen that as well, Keith? Jesus Christ Superstar. The opening song, particularly at the 70s version, Judas is singing, isn't he? So that's kind of like, there's a song where Jesus sings later on. Well, at least a few. It's Jesus Christ Superstar. And then, yeah, it's different people's perspectives. So yeah, more like an opera or a play. That would make sense actually, if it was more of a rock opera. Yeah, so it's actually a really belting song. It's my favourite song from Jesus Christ Superstar. Is Judas's song. It's like, what's it even called? Heaven on Their Minds. So if you haven't heard that, Heaven on Their Minds, Jesus Christ Superstar. I think there's a version. Do you know what? I think I've got it on vinyl. Do you know what I'm saying that now? Or is it not? I'm trying to think where that is. I'm still not alphabetised. That's on the to-do list. That's never going to get done. It's quite a colourful cover, so I would have thought I might be able to find it. I've got it on record, and it's interesting because, oh, is it that? No, that's Sky. I say I'm not a prog fan. I've got a Sky record. Oh, I don't know where it is. No, that's the nothing. Oh, I don't know really. I'm not fun. I'm going to be able to find it. Oh, oh dear. No, that's fine. Witch hazel. Be cool if I could find it. Ooh, it's not that. I'm not even get. I don't know where it is that. Oh, I can't even reach. I'm sat down, so it's just difficult. Is it that one? Oh no, it's not that. No, I can't find the record. I don't know which one it is, but it's Jesus Christ Superstar on record, and I think Ian Gillan's singing on it. I think it's Ian Gillan. Is that right? Have I remembered that right? Jesus Christ Superstar. Ian. Yeah. Yeah, Ian Gillan sings on it. Jesus Christ. It's Gethsemane, like the Jesus song. It's like Ian Gillan is Jesus in the song. And it's great. So yeah, I've got the version with Ian Gillan, I think. I think I have anyway. But yeah, the guy who sings Heaven on Their Minds, oh, he's amazing. So yeah, the opening song to Jesus Christ Superstar. That will be kind of my main frame of reference, I think, to be honest, for what you're talking about anyway. But yeah, I like the idea, Keith. That's cool. This is the sort of thing you could share if you were part of the Witch Hazel fan club. That was a poor transition. But anyway, maybe next week I'll be able to plug it if I've set it all up. Anyway, where are we up to? A bit like Demon Hunter's Fire to My Soul. Don't listen to Demon Hunter. They're a Christian band, aren't they? Yeah, from Seattle. A metal song from Timeless Miracle from the perspective of Lucy the Devil that got mentioned. I suppose also, yeah. I mean, there's things like Run from the Devil, Girls' School, and stuff like that. Quite like songs like that. But yeah, from the perspective of the devil. Is it the devil goes down to Georgia? Is there like a bit that Satan sings? I don't really know, to be honest. But Saviour Machine, I've heard of Saviour Machine, but I haven't listened to Saviour Machine. Do you know, I think I probably have heard Demon Hunter, but I don't really listen to them. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Maybe soldiers throughout history have had to follow horrible orders. Yeah. Interesting. So, I take it you've all listened to Phantom Spell. I've just got it up on my tab here, reminded of it. And the chorus has jumped straight back into my mind. Just straight back in there. Oh dear me. There you go. Saviour Machine, I'd add that to the list. So what do I need to listen to? You all need to listen to Phantom Spell. I need to listen to Krautrock, Saviour Machine, Demon Hunter, a few bands like that. Any other recommendations? Apparently there's new messages. Oh, there we go. I can't remember what happens in Green Mile. I remember in Green Mile when we were watching it and my mum and dad said, I don't want to watch this next bit until we weren't allowed to watch it or something. I can't remember, to be honest. Have I ever been to Meltdown Fest? No, I don't know what Meltdown Fest is. I'm going to Google it. Meltdown Fest. Grace Jones's Meltdown. Is that right or not? Looks interesting as anything. One second. I'm just need to ring my wife next door. What, mate? Go for one, mate. It's just my little boy. There we go, sorted. We're all good. Just needed the toilet. There's a Christian festival. Oh, I couldn't find it. On Google. Meltdown Festival in London. Don't know, maybe it's not that. That song's in my head again. Anyway, I'm very distracted. So, oh, John Lawton. Has he died then? Gosh. Well, there you go. Didn't know he died. 74. There we go. Gosh. Fire to My Soul was sung from the perspective of someone hearing God but trying their best to pretend he wasn't there. Interesting. I think he's you right now, mate? You okay? Sorry. He's sorted. Nah, it's fine, love. We're just near the toilet. I've got the kids today. So, right, what was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say now. I'm so distracted. Oh, I brought the mead, if you're all interested. This is, I think I posted it on the Facebook group, but there you go, Face here. My wife bought me this bullhorn goblet, which I'm enjoying. I've been trying the mead in the fridge. So I quite like it actually. When it's a bit warm, it's quite a nice, refreshing drink. So not so cold anymore, but I quite liked it out of the fridge. It said you could do it in the fridge, so I was like, well, I'll give that a go. Anyway, any more music recommendations while we're on the subject of that? Oh, there you go. And you can send me a virtual mead or one of those links. There you go. Should probably make a list, because I do spend a fair amount of time in the car. My job is to go around Cumbria teaching music lessons, so music recommendations are. I'm actually likely to listen to them as well. Speaking of which, you should listen to Phantom Spell. Right. Would you all like to hear an old demo? I don't know if I can get it. Let's see if I can get it working. Would we like to hear a demo? Give you a bit of a taste of what you could have if you're an official. I can't speak. I've had too much mead. An official Witch Hazel fan club member. Just a sip. That's all it takes. Would you like to hear something? Maybe something a bit rough and ready, like last time. So from the last album, the demos were fairly well put together. Especially the producer had put his hands on them. The first demos from Prelude are pretty shocking, but you can. I'll put one on for you if you're interested. There's 16 people here. You can have a listen. Let's see if I can get it working to start off with. So I'm gonna mute my microphone and then turn that one on. I'm gonna do a test. Let's do a quick test of the sound. Can you hear this? Wait a sec. Did that come out of the main, or was it more sounded like it came out of the microphone? Tell you what, I'll turn the microphone off and I'll try it again.
shall steal us from the love of our King. Yeah, we are more than conquerors. We have power to stand and overcome. Yeah.
Oh dear me, there you go. Not listened to that in years. There you go. So that's one from the vault. As you can see, it's taken a journey. It's like an advert for why you need a producer in the studio. Because that's what all I could come up with. A ridiculous amounts of extra notes. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest, but sometimes you just need telling. That is too many notes. I think I was like trying to be Ian Anderson and just like failing. You know, like it's like how people meant to sing along to that. Oh, it's like, what was I doing? Hilarious. I mean, I think like Ed Turner, our producer, literally said to me, like, you don't need to do a million notes at the end of the phrase. It doesn't exist in a physical format, unfortunately. I don't even know where it was originally. I mean, it's only really I can think the was it the Surrender demo and the Truth that were recorded either on or using the 4-track. I think it was done digitally. I mean, I've got to be honest, I think it was a digital recording, to be honest. We'd moved on at that point, but I still wanted to use like tape in the studio, and I don't think we ended up doing that either. But because that was like day one, it was like, you know, if it's going to be DIY demos, we should at least do it in an analogue way, rather than like a naff digital demo, which you now have access to from next week, ideally. I've done that's the wrong one. Fingers crossed. I'm not even superstitious. I don't know why I'm crossing my fingers. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely unorthodox vocals. I can make you a CD, Keith, if you want. I'll just burn it onto a CD-ROM. Yeah, there was no format. It was just... Oh, sorry. I'm going already. Well, it's 9 o'clock. But, yeah, these are just the demos that were made prior to going into the studio. I think we actually went into the studio... It must have been 2015. But, yeah, they were just like, these are just what we've got. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I say 10, which actually we didn't redo a demo before going to the studio. We just used the Surrender demo as a reference. So it's 9 new songs from that album. Then I've got all the demos, which if you were here at that time, you heard the Spirit and Fire demo. So you'll have access to that, and then all the other ones, the other 9. And they're much higher quality demos. But yeah, that's like the vault. I can add stuff to it, and so it'll kind of, upon being a fan club member, you'll be able to open up those things. So yeah, it's exciting stuff, exciting times. And then just kind of like in the future there'll be different things. I want to do exclusive recordings and releases, and yeah, exclusive merchandise. Like I think it would be cool to have a fan club T-shirt, and from September I'll be picking up the merchandise things back up, hopefully. So it's all good. Hello Charlene, how you doing? You right? So yeah, it's all good. It's all very exciting. Yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say, to be honest. I think. I'm sure I was going to say something. You know, I should really write things down because I like a memory like a goldfish. What is that? I'll save that document. So we already have that list done. I'll have a look at my general memo. There wasn't anything on there, was there? No. I mean, we've got band practice this week. Have you broached the Naked Jack Christmas calendar with the man himself yet? I've messaged him today. We've got, what day is it? It's Tuesday. We've got band practice on Thursday, which is exciting. That's another exciting thing. I like band practices. I wonder whether we should just, maybe at least a portion of the band practice go live on Thursday. I'll ask the lads first, and I'll try and get it all set up. It won't be like a full setup. We might just point the phone at the rehearsal or something. Just need to remember to bring my tripod. When will 4 come out? That's a good question. Witch Hazel 4. Oh, that reminds me. Right, thanks, Michael. You reminded me of that there was something else I wanted to talk about that I'd forgotten about. Yes, when will Witch Hazel 4 come out? Well, Witch Hazel 4 is partially written. I'll have a look at my little documents. I've already got a demo or two. I've got unfinished stuff. I mean, to be honest, guys, at the moment we're in this quite frustrating period. It's a bit like, you know, like when people renovate like a bathroom or a part of the house or even a whole house, and they spend like weeks and weeks doing stuff, and you can't see any progress being made. Are you with me? Yeah. And then someone like paints a wall, and they're like, "Oh, you made loads of progress." Well, we're at the stage pre-painting the wall. So there's like loads of like either unfinished demos or works in progress. Like, it's quite a big undertaking, particularly when I've got lots of commitments, to make a Witch Hazel album happen. It's a real labour of love, and we go through lots of versions or like we edit things, and between me and Ed, producer, work really closely together. So we're always like doing this stuff. So Witch Hazel 4 is happening. I couldn't even begin to give you a release date when I barely got half the demos recorded. It's like, how long is a piece of string sort of question. But the Witch Hazel sort of, again, I have no idea what to call this, but a Witch Hazel acoustic-ish sort of whatever remix album. There's some decent progress been made over I say decent, there's been a lot of setbacks. One particularly is I'd like to do some vocals this week, and I've just got a horrible like chesty cough, which is annoying. But before Witch Hazel 4 comes out, and I would like to think we can get this out, there is going to be this Witch Hazel reprised songs. Yeah, 2022 would be what I'm aiming for, absolutely. But to be honest, 2022 would be when we record it. And you've got to remember, Michael, at the moment, like, you just look at the Seven Sisters situation, it's the same for all bands. They put their orders in for records, right? And it's not going to be the normal turnaround at the moment. There is this horrendous delay on records. Like, I heard a finished master from a Seven Sisters song last year. So, and I've heard the Seven Sisters album. It's great, by the way. But that's coming out like at the end of the year, or is it, or something, or is it next year? I don't know. It's like this months and months and months delay. So like, we've got to finish the demos between me and Ed, rehearse the songs, get into the studio, get it mastered, and then have a plan of like, when's it going to come out. Even when we send the master to get pressed, you know, in 2022, you know, it says we think realistically, in normal circumstances, 2022 perhaps. If the delay is the same, then I don't think there's a big chance of getting it out in 2022. We'd have to be in the studio at the end of this year, and that's a bit ambitious, to be honest, with an unfinished album. It'd be great. If you want to join the fan club, you're going to accelerate all of this stuff, genuinely. Because the more people that, it's literally like, even if you would like to say, well, I can't do £5 a month, I'm going to send a few quid a month. It's like literally a pint, isn't it? 1 pint a month. If everyone did that, then I could be like, well, I can do 2 days. And we can like be doing demos and recordings, and I could just like accelerate the whole thing. Like, I'm passionate about it. I want to keep going. So anyway, next April, really, see what I mean? Like, Seven Sisters have got a finished record, and theirs is not coming out till next April. CD's out in October. Oh, that's mad. So, like, yeah, in normal circumstances, 2022, things would have to change. I don't want to like seem negative, but we've got to be realistic, as you say. Who knows? That is ridiculous. That I feel for them. I really feel for them. It's just naff, innit, for them. We've got a finished album, just sat there. Oh, it's horrible. And that's why you've got things like Phantom Spell, which is a good thing. I'm glad he's got side projects. I wish I had the time for side projects. Oh, I'd do like a million side projects. There's so many musical itches I'd like to scratch. Oh, Faye, I missed your question, sorry. What's your favourite song you've ever written? What's your favourite song that you've recorded? That's a good question. Favourite song I've ever written? I don't know. Favourite song I've ever written? I really like, well, it has to be a section of a song. The mid-section from We'll Be Strong. With that, like the midsection of We'll Be Strong. When that comes in, we play it live. I'm playing it thinking, how on earth, this was purely accidental. How do I even come up with this? Because I listen to it and think, this is really good. So, the midsection from We'll Be Strong, to be fair, I like the whole song. So, it's probably my favourite song to play live, particularly when we get to that section. My favourite song I've ever written? Don't really know, to be honest. Like an all-rounder. Oh, that's what's going on? Is it frozen now? I just reset it. Yeah, that's a good question. All rounder. What's my favourite song all round? I don't really know, to be honest. I quite like I Am Redeemed, like as an all rounder, like playing it start to finish. Yeah, but then I don't know. Is it my favourite? I don't know. I'm not really sure I have one. I think this is what this is about. What's a favourite song that I've recorded? Probably a similar thing. Favourite song I've written, recorded. I don't know really. I quite like Reap the Harvest when I listen to that midsection in Reap the Harvest. I've said this before, but that midsection of Reap the Harvest, I listen to that, and it's, to me, to my ears, it's almost like cinematic, the production that's been done between Ed and James Atkinson. There's this like moment, and to my ears it feels like it opens up like a do 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 do, and there's like loads of guitars, there's strings, there's piano, there's drums, there's like rhythm guitars as well as the lead guitars, and it's really nicely mixed. So recording wise, I'm a big fan of that. Oh, Michael, listen through the whole day today while writing reviews, and it still moves me like on day one. That's cool. Thanks, nice of you to say that. Yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking about this today. I was thinking about, I'm definitely a perfectionist, and like with every album release, I sometimes listen to it and think, oh, I'm disappointed with this, or I'm not happy with this, or I'd like to do that better next time. I think I can do better. I always think I can do better. Like, oh, I'm not sure. I'm a bit disappointed with that sound, or a lot of it's production, to be honest. There's not, because I plough a lot of time into the songwriting, and generally when we get to the studio, I'm happy with the songwriting. It's more production stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm quite happy with that. Now I've had time for it to kind of listen to it a bit more. I'd like to do this better. But then I listened to Pentecost. I think, like, if I'm going to be nitpicky about Pentecost, sometimes it sounds a little bit, there's like sometimes on certain speakers it sounds just a little bit harsh, some of the, you know, like hi-hat frequencies and stuff. But like, I'm just being super, you know, if you've got like bad speakers, it doesn't really translate. You know, like if you listen to on this, it doesn't translate amazingly well. You need a bit more of the bass end. But it's not that bad. I ought to not be so perfectionist about it. At the same time, I think I could do better, and that's the plan. Always the plan. It's an artistic vision, really. It's probably unattainable, what I'm going for, but anyway. Shout out. An album takes a lot of time. People just can't get this. And inspiration. It's never the same. We are not machines. We are humans. I prefer to hear a nice album which takes more time to create. Yeah, I would totally agree with you there. Like, I think, yeah, some people maybe can't get this. Although some people just I suppose, if you like a band, you're like, oh, I want to hear more. So, I kind of get why people are like, oh, I want to hear some more music. But you are right, it takes a lot of time and inspiration and all that sort of thing. I'm sort of pretty lucky, I feel like. I've got like this aptitude towards creating tunes and songs and stuff. I can kind of sit down at the piano. Every time I sit down at the piano, I'll come up with some sort of tune. Let's just pluck some melodies out of thin air, and it just happens. It's just like a little, I just have that sort of skill, I suppose. But then like with anything, there's just hard work. Editing, that I call it the editing process, is the most kind of painstaking, and I'm kind of in that area because I'm passionate about the project. I'm a bit of a glutton for punishment, where I just go over and over stuff until it's where I'm happy. You just kind of, you get it to the stage where you're just like, I know I've arrived now. You know, it's like, the song's finished. You keep working until you get to that area. And there are times pre the song being like in its generally finalised stage. Sometimes you're writing a song. I've got a song at the moment, and I attempt to write it, and I'm like, I just can't finish it. It's just not working. And the best thing I just do is just leave it. So it's finishing songs is quite often an issue. I say often an issue. There's just the odd song. I mean, maybe 20% or so is like, there's some songs are just harder than others, and I get to that stage and I'm like, I just need to leave that a few weeks. I'll come back to it, and I almost always have a better perspective or a different perspective when I come back to it. Other songs, they just fall into place. I'm like, there we go. And like, that just needs a bit of editing, bit of production things between me and Ed. And some songs are easier than others. They just take a relatively short amount of time. Do you still buy music, or do you use streaming platforms? I'll be completely honest there. I don't technically don't go and buy a lot of music. If I had expendable income, I would buy a lot more records. But I have a subscription with Spotify Premium plan. My father-in-law technically pays for it, which I'm very grateful for, because I use it a lot. So I'm massively blessed to be able to do that. So at least I know that premium subscription is going sort of towards the artists, isn't it? Because a premium subscription stream is closer to 1 cent. 1 cent. No, 0.1 cent rather than 0.000 for all the free Spotify users. Not that that's really great, but yeah, we're all good. Yeah, so I use Spotify Premium. You know, it's not an amazing model, but at the same time, with Spotify, it's that company. I mean, I've actually I googled it. Someone told me, and then I googled it. Spotify make a loss every year. They float on the stock market apparently. So the model obviously isn't working for anyone. Yeah, it's a difficult one, but yeah, I use streaming platforms. It's not something I'm like super happy about. At the same time, it's kind of it's like the toothpaste is out the bottle, isn't it? With streaming, like now it's an option. People will use it, including myself, because if you're on a tight budget, it's like, well, I'm not going to buy a load of CDs that I can't fit into my car, or I'm not going to pay for all of the downloads and stuff. And if I'm completely honest, I kind of listen to a relative, and I'll listen to some things and think, I don't really think that's very good, and I wouldn't have wanted to buy that, and then be like, oh, it's not very good. I think I heard something today. I was like, it's not great this, and I just turned it off. So it's a difficult one, and you get to discover stuff on Spotify that you wouldn't have discovered otherwise. It's really tricky, really. It's just like a juxtaposition. Oh my goodness. Why is it frozen? I don't know why it keeps freezing. Anyway, so yeah, I use Spotify. Your album's production gets better each time. I'm excited for the next one. Thank you very much, love. What song has been the hardest to finish? We're back in the room. That's also a good question. What song has been the hardest? I do remember Angel Take Me. That song off Sojourn. Now I started writing Angel Take Me. It took ages, and it's just like, it's not finished. It's not finished. Like over and over again, I had these abstract sections that didn't fit, and then I don't even remember what it was, but I ended up just finishing it. And then you'll get access to that recording, the first recording of that, which doesn't have any drums on. You just hear all the parts. That's why I landed Hazel Fan Club. Are we back on? Are we back on? Back on? I reckon. Way. Oh, it's a real nightmare this. You would have thought by this point I would have sorted it out. But get out of the chat area. You can see on my screen my head's in the chat. It's a real pain, this is. Right, so what is going on? Oh, I don't know. Are we all good then? We all back in the room? I'll have a look on. I have to look at OBS now because I closed down the chat. My head's still moving, so we're all good. What is the best metal band of all time for you, and why is it Iron Maiden? Yeah, I mean heavy metal wise. Why is it Iron Maiden? Just listen to Iron Maiden. That's your answer. You can all hear me, I'm guessing. I can see the volume meter moving. I can see my head moving, so I don't think it's frozen. Probably an internet thing, to be honest. Probably a bit of an outage. There you go. I don't even know what I was saying. I'm still moving. I don't know what I was saying. Something about songwriting. Italy scored a goal. I don't even know what we were saying. What was I even talking about? Someone remind me what we were talking about. I have no idea. It was about Spotify, and then it was songwriting and recording. How long it takes to write songs. And how you can support me now. I can't point to it. Oh. There, I'm pointing to it, there you go. So, you can do that. There you go. What were we talking about? I don't even know. I can't remember. Anyway, Iron Maiden are amazing. There is now a Witch Hazel fan club. And I might quit while I'm ahead, to be honest with this. I've got sound, I've got no non-frozen video. So yeah. Oh, I said about the ongoing project, and about the Witch Hazel acoustic-y album. Oh dear me, it's getting to that point. I hate yawning on stream. I can't stop it though. It's like gets to this point of the night. Yeah. So what would you like to see? I mean, might stream on Thursday. Bam. Seriously. Might stream on Thursday. What would you like to see next week? While you're all here, and while it's working, what would you like to see next week? On next. Can't type. The head bob. I'm just checking if it's not frozen. That's my official way of checking. Do I have a set of ideas about what I want my album art sleeve to be? Would you consider a painting a la Rodney Matthews for Magnum or Riggs for Maiden? Gay for pay. I can assume what that is. Dunno. I can put you in timeout, Belle Delphine. So, consider that. Right, so, Keith, right, Magnum. Yeah, that was good artwork. To be honest, I give a very vague, abstract. Oh, you trying to. Right, just go away. I can't stand racism. And you typed in Niger, which is a country. So, off you go. Blocked. So, what were we saying? Oh dear me. What were we saying, Keith? Oh, I feel so distracted tonight. I'm just like on a different planet, more than usual. Yeah, no. So Branca Studio are our go-to guys. I think they're great, and I give very vague, like vibe stuff. Like I would like it to like be this, or I like it to tell this story, and just let Branca do what they do best. I don't really dictate very much, or I don't say I'd like it to be a painting or a picture of this. I like to send them the music and get them to listen to it and see what it conjures up for them. Send them the lyrics and just kind of and just let them do their job. You know, I'm kind of a bit like, I kind of like to give the artistic license to the artist in that area. I don't have any expertise. I don't know anything about art. I leave it to the professionals very much. I don't have very much of a... What? Block, right, Ginny. Give me a number. I mean, give me a number. Are you a backup account, or are you just saying Ginny Lotto has a backup account? A bit weird. Ever since I streamed on YouTube, we've got people like that. Anyway. What were we saying? Three favourite records of all time. Let's just check. Oh, they do. Cool. 3 favourite records of all time. Don't want to be too hasty on the blocks. Check. Oh, 3 favourite records of all time. Oh, that's just too difficult, isn't it? Only 3. It's just too difficult. I mean, Heavy Horses. Yeah, Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses. That great stuff. Thanks very much for liking the music. Thanks for the support. Probably, oh yeah, Argus, Wishbone Ash, obvious choice. And then it's got to be something like... Then it's too difficult. I'll pull out my 3 favourite records. And you'll have to get the answer to the 3rd one next week. I understand what you're saying now, yeah. I'm just answering the question now. Yeah, what should I do next week? Apart from Gay for Pay, which I can only assume what that is. And I could go through and just talk about the records. Would you like to see that? I'll go through maybe I need to pick more than 3. I'll go through like maybe 4 or 5. Talk through. I think my dad said he'd like to see that. Could do that next week if you want. I was thinking maybe doing a bit of guitar or something. I don't know. Everything's up in the air. top 10. Oh, let's do the top 10 records. Shall I do that next week? I do like talking about music. I don't know whether you've noticed that. I'm always kind of like, oh, what's this band? The more the better. Top 20. My top 100 records. Let's pull them all out. Yeah, I'll probably pull. So it'd be. I don't know where I can even see. And then I'll go through like. Ow, shit, my hand. I could go through. I've also got like. I could go through like Nwabum records. So I could go through stuff like this. Not the Christians won't like this one. So like, I could go through like new wave of British heavy metal records as well, maybe one week. They're not like my favourite records, but that'd be a good one to do. This is not original, by the way. I cannot afford that. I can't stand the. Well, I shouldn't say that on live stream. I'm not a massive ukulele fan, so I'm not. I don't think I'm going to do that. It's a somewhat limited instrument. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I do that a lot, to be honest. I'm a bit of an external processor. Maybe I should do 1 week of like new wave of British heavy metal records. Go through some of them. I did sell a load actually. The other ones are just not as good, but I've kept the good ones, as you can see. How to make a great song sound boring. Play it on the ukulele. Yeah, there you go. So, there's a few ideas. I like to get back into more of the creative stuff. I also thought like I'd like to maybe kill two birds with one stone. I thought it might be also be a bit boring. I need to do a lot of tracking, a lot of guitar tracking. I've got loads of ideas, songs and loads, and I just need to sit there and track stuff and get a framework for a demo. Even if it's a guide track, just get a lot of guide tracks down. Sometimes I'm sitting there, I remember doing it, I've done it at least twice. I've gone and started to doing a guide track and then just feel the pressure of being watched, which I know just to get used to that. I mean, it's only like playing live, isn't it? Having people watch. But yeah, I don't know whether it's a bit boring to watch me. Like some of the sections would be a bit like, this is boring. But banjo bluegrass for Witch Hazel. Well, isn't there is it Wishbone 4 where there's is it Ballad of the Beacon where there's banjo? There you go. Or the kazoo. That's a good idea, surely. I could do guess the tune. I'll do it on the kazoo, and it could be like obscure. I'll sing a bizarre song on the kazoo, and you've got to guess what it is. Then we could do a games night. all these ideas are coming to me now. I like this. We'll bounce out ideas. Next week will be accordion. Let's just come up with a load of ideas. Anyway, I'll see you throughout the week. If you have any other ideas, oh, did I save it? I think I did. Yes, it's on mine. If you have any other ideas, join the group. And I've copied and pasted the wrong one. There you go. That wasn't so slick, was it? Join the group. Squeezy box, yeah. Join the group. Or I could play it. We had this idea. It's actually James Atkinson's idea. The guy who owns a studio from the last two albums. We had an idea of like us all having one of these crosses, like a Spinal Tap moment, and like we all like, and they're all tuned to different pitches, and we all like play a chord. It's made of aluminium. Don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, lots of ideas. So yeah, see you next week. If you've got any more ideas, come join the Facebook group and we'll chat them through. We should have an ideas thread, because I think there's loads of scope. I love live streaming. I think there's loads of scope for stuff to do. And even this week, so Thursday, it'll be like Thursday night, probably like 6 o'clock or something. I'm saying that now. I double check with the lads, and then we'll stream maybe a section of our band rehearsal. It might just be on the phone. Thank you very much. Cheers, Keith. Can always count on you. If you two would like to do that sound, I'll leave the next screen open. It's like one of those slot machines things. Not slot machines. Those things where you put the 10p or the 2p around and it spins. If you send a thing, if you send a little whatever, support PayPal through, a magical sound plays. It's great. You should do it. Keith's just done it. If you'd like to hear it again, there you go. So I'll see you next week. Hopefully by that time I'll have the fan club set up, or at least partially set up. And then we'll take it from there, and then we'll see what I might be doing a creative stream, might be tracking guitars, I might be talking about my records, I might even be playing the kazoo. Who knows? You'll have to come next week to find out, won't you? Have a great week, and I'll see you throughout the week on What's Her Face on Facebook group, or whatever. If you're on Instagram, there you go, I'll chat to you there. Oh, I've got a temporary ban on Instagram. So I can do DMs. That's it. Right, see you next week. There's your links, music and merch, and then the patronage support link is there if you want to click it. Thanks very much. See you next time or in the week. Thank you. Cheers.